It felt like 1,000 flashbang grenades went off at once. We were deep in the tower bunkers, just back from a strike and hanging out in the common area when it happened. There are things that happen to you that are bad, and you react, and you're scared or angry or whatever. And then there are bad things that happen, and you have no idea how to react at all. This concussion shook the whole place, and in milliseconds we knew a truly bad thing had happened. We scrambled, but there was no plan. Just find out what the hell is happening and who's destroying our home. All we had equipped was some run-of-the-mill strike gear. There was no time to grab anything else. Everything happened so fast.
But hey, you guys got out.
Well, of course we got out. Guardians have a knack for finding the fastest way to the exit. But it was complete chaos. The announcement system had already been cut off. We just happened to hear some Titan shouting that the Vanguard had called for a rendezvous near Bannerfall. So we headed that direction. There were Guardians in there who might have never heard the order. Could have headed anywhere. Right into the Cabal.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that right now. Oh, I need a drink. Do you want some of this?
Nah, I was never a fan of the green stuff. Oh, what the hell. Might not see this for a while.
So hey, I didn't catch your name.
Galloway.
Park.
Cheers.
So, how did you get cut off from the Vanguard?
A lot of bad stuff happening all at once. We just had to react.
Let's go! Everybody move!
We finally got down to the base of the tower and made our way outside, where the battle was already underway. Fisk was pushing through Guardians, trying to get to the front, ready to rip some Cabal heads off.
Dropships ahead! Everyone focus! We're punching a hole right through them, straight to Bannerfall. Forget recognition, defy extinction. Forget recognition, defy extinction.
Been striking with this guy for a while, and trust me, it's better that he's on the front lines because you don't want to be in his path when the shoulder charge is primed.
Ridley! If there was ever a time where you summoned the power of the storm, now would be that time!
Actually, considering the fact that the tower is on fire, I think now is perhaps the best time for me to have a self-res ready, thank you very much.
Then there's Ridley. Our fire team just wouldn't be the same without him, but he's been going through some hard times lately. Bad experience and trials left him shook. He never got that chance to be clutch and find himself.
How about we put this ammo to good use first and then we'll talk?
We've got the entire Cabal military at our doorstep, Rid. I'm telling you, you're gonna love that storm trance.
Guys, let's go. We push this way towards the Vanguard. Everyone on me, let's go now. We have to move together and create a path, or we're gonna be under this tower when it goes down. Cabal were coming at us from all angles.
We're with you.
Fisk, Ridley, and I, along with about 100 other Guardians, were moving down the street in a phalanx that was barely holding it together.
Come on, hurry.
Only way to go was forward, between the buildings on either side of us, already burning and crumbling. Not just the tower, but our entire home city was under attack.
That's our goal. We're headed right to them. Just kill what's in front of you. Don't stop moving till we're there.
Pin down.
Your time to shine, Fisk.
All right. Stand aside.
There's the Fisk of havoc we needed. How many orbs was that?
Really, Galloway? Puns? Really?
The path is clear, everyone. Zavala and the Vanguard, dead ahead.
The Guardians picked up the pace, making a dash down the street. About 100 yards in the distance, Commander Zavala stood on a collapsed wall, shouting orders to a large group of Guardians. Only a few of those nearest to him were momentarily distracted by what Fisk had just discovered.
Eyes on the prize, Guardians. We got... My light. My light! My light's gone! It's not coming back! I'm not recharging!
What do you mean you're not recharging?
Ridley looked down at his palm where a small flame was conjured, then fizzled out like a cheap match. I saw the fear crawl across his face as Guardians rushed past him. The final few Cabal soldiers hit the dust, but he remained frozen.
Ghost, what's going on? Ghost? Ghost!
Our heads shot upwards at the Traveler hanging low above us. It was the first time we saw that glowing orange barrier. I noticed Ridley was no longer at our side and turned back to see him gazing up, completely unaware of a Cabal legionary that rose up behind him and came down with force, gashing his arm.
Damn it. Ridley, get up! Let's go!
Fisk put a round into the legionary's skull and bent down to hoist Ridley out of the dust. I looked down the emptying street. We were close enough to hear the commander's booming voice through the chaos and the explosions that shook the buildings all around us. Ridley got his feet set, and we took off after the remaining Guardians, moving as quickly as we could. The explosions grew deafening.
Zavala, I see him.
Guardians, we are making a push to the south wall. The Traveler has taken damage and we may be without our light, but we are not without our spirit. Stay vigilant. Stay ready. Every advantage is temporary. Delta Team, make your way to Bannerfall and try to establish communication with the Awoken.
I could barely hear him over the roar, but I could tell Zavala was lighting a fire under their asses. And it was working for us too. We broke into a sprint, the three of us closing the distance as fast as we could. Just then an explosion to our left launched debris across the street, and the base of the building nearest us shook and rumbled. I looked up and saw a moving wall of mortar and steel headed for the street in front of us, so I grabbed Fisk and Ridley by the collars. We stopped and watched it begin its fall. And then I looked forward and I saw Zavala as he scanned the crowd, landing on us. In that instant, I could feel him telling me to stay strong. And then the building cut off my view.
That fight was bloody.
You were there?
Well, it's the reason I'm alone now.
I didn't want to pry.
We were on the other side of that building when it collapsed. A transport platform had carried us down to the tower courtyard when the Cabal attacked. Coming in from the west, we saw the Vanguard and the stragglers from your group moving down the street. And my fire team, Grim and Luna, they rushed over to help the wounded get to safety, and had they known about our light, maybe they wouldn't have taken the risk, but they just acted as guardians without giving it a second thought. It's obnoxious, really, how much they cared about that. Anyways, the building came down, and I scanned the rubble for their ghosts as the dust settled, but I didn't see anything. No one respawned. I couldn't look away. I couldn't stop searching until Ikora took me by the arm and told me we had to go.
Hell,
And the craziest thing is I'm already starting to cope. Like the first time in our new lives we can just die out there, and my friends already have, and my messed up brain is now just processing it as we speak. And now I'm in this hole in the wall with a literal hole in the wall sitting here drinking, and I don't even know if I'm that afraid anymore. Are you afraid?
I mean, I was. But then we saw him.
Oh my god, guys, am I the only one freaking out right now? Oh my god.
Ridley, you know, this is really turning out to be one of the better days I've ever had.
I don't see a way through. We're totally cut off.
What are we gonna do?
We have to find a way through the city and meet up with them at the south wall before...
What are we gonna do? I don't have super anymore. We're gonna die. Have you seen our ghosts? Where are our ghosts? My arm is on fire, and I'm not recovering. We're so dead. I can't believe this is happening. Oh, man, I knew today was gonna be a bad day. Oh, my gosh, we're so dead. We're screwed, man.
Ridley, you've got to pull it together. We're not dead yet. And you're still a guardian. I don't know where... Okay, let's go. Down this alley, come on.
What is that on the Traveler? Whoever showed up really brought the whole arsenal with them.
I can't see it from here. Whatever happened, safe to say we need to stay low and out of sight if we want to survive. What do we have with us?
I got half a clip.
I'm empty.
What was that you were saying about using all your ammo?
Look, Fisk, I do not have time for your shit right now.
Guys, enough! Alright, I don't know about you, but I haven't exactly spent a whole lot of time in the back streets these past few years, so I'm a little lost right now. We need to get a sense of direction. Ridley, what's the call?
Right. We need high ground.
Okay, alright, give me a second.
Rid, your arm. You look like shit. You gotta put pressure on it. Just take this, wrap it up.
Alright, let's go. In here. Up the stairs to the roof.
And you saw him? The guy who took down Axis and Atheon?
Yeah. We made it up to the roof and looked out over that area of the city. The tower in the distance, burning. The sky far off near the Traveler littered with Cabal ships. A heavy red heat hung in the air. And then, on another rooftop, we saw him. I recognized him quick. The Vanguard sent me out with him on a mission to Venus once, to track down Skolas. He was impressive then, but now, it was a sight to see. From that solitary rooftop so far away, you could feel his energy. Centurions were using their jump jets to traverse from rooftop to rooftop towards him, but he never let them touch his platform for more than a second. His tattered warlock robe spun as he fought them off, aiming shots in front and behind him as he effortlessly predicted where each Cabal soldier would land. I saw him drop the mag from his scout, which he then used as a club to send legionnaires flying. No ammo meant nothing, no light meant nothing. He spun and kicked and fought and tore at their ranks as they piled onto the roof. We noticed a dropship headed his way only seconds before he did, more troops dropping onto the crumbled building. We watched as he took off his helmet and used the sharpened wings protruding from it to pierce the armor of a Centurion, whom he then shoved into more Cabal behind it, sending them cascading off of the edge. One last remaining Scion clambered down off the building, probably a wise choice. I then watched him twist a slug rifle out of the dead Cabal's hand and lob a few shots toward the ship that departed with nothing to show for itself. I don't think he planned on doing damage. He was flaunting at this point. Even at that distance, I could tell he was completely untouched. Ridley rushed to the banister and shouted,
It's him! It's the legend! Thank the Traveler we're saved! Oh, finally, some good luck for a change. We're gonna get saved,
Ridley,
guys.
would you shut up? He can't hear us, and if he could, he wouldn't do a thing about it, okay?
It's the legend. He's gonna save us.
He's not gonna do shit, that's what. He's gonna do just fine on his own, and the Vanguard will send him off to some faraway place to save the galaxy while we stay here, in the thick of it, and defend our home. Sacrificing everything when we're called upon. That's what's gonna happen.
I didn't want to say anything. Fisk was my brother, and we may have disagreed on how things worked, but in that moment I understood his frustration. Ridley, on the other hand, he looked up to that warlock more than anyone. The Hivebane, the God Killer. But I couldn't deny that the Vanguard had its flaws. Too many other good Guardians out there to leave it all on one person's shoulders. In any case, it was useless to worry about now, and Ridley was starting to lose it again.
Just one damn fusion grenade, that's all I need. Seriously, Traveler, just let me get one for old time's sakes before I'm Cabal food, please?
But to continue our good luck for the day, a dropship sailed by.
Oh, hell, here we go.
Shit, get down! It's adjusting course, damn it! I think they saw us. We need to get off this roof immediately. I peered out the south exit onto another street decimated by the Cabal assault. The buildings were barely holding together. Broken walls, debris everywhere. At the far end, a Cabal scouting group, combing the street looking for us. It was a small troop. A legionary, scion, one phalanx, and some sort of quadrupedal beast, uglier than Malak. Its horned head hung close to the earth, sniffing for any trace of us. Any other day, in any other scenario, I would have stepped out into the open and dropped all four without another thought. With no powers and a handful of bullets, this was going to be a different experience entirely.
Okay. Only 4 of them. No high rankings. No overshields.
You got this, Ridley. You're fine. You're gonna be okay. You can do this.
We need to separate them. Pick them off quietly. Any gunfire will tip them all off. We're about to get hands-on with this one.
Oh yeah, no big deal. Just kill 4 Cabal with our bare hands. Sure thing.
Enough, Ridley. Nothing's changed. Light, no light, doesn't matter. We still do our job. What's our job right now? Kill these Cabal. What's our job after that? Find the Vanguard. And then after that, save the goddamn world. We survive the next 5 minutes, then the next hour, then the next day. One step at a time. I mean, really, you survived up to this point, haven't you? In fact, you were mowing down Cabal before you realized you didn't have your flame shield. You want to know how that warlock does what he does? How he kills gods? He finds a way to survive. As it turns out, we're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Well, we're not exactly preventing a Vex overseer from rerouting space-time pathways into...
Ridley, look, we're not... We may never get our names written in stone on the tower wall, okay? We might not get a seat at the Vanguard. At one point, that's what I wanted, but now I see what I was brought back to do. Not to reap glory, but to stop anyone who thinks they get to run this galaxy. You and me, we've been doing that for a while now. So let's take back this city and get these ugly gorillas off our planet. But first things first, forget recognition, defy extinction. Okay?
Guys, it's now or never.
Don't need light to give these guys a Viking funeral.
Damn right, Rid. Okay, let's go.
Fisk, see if you can get to that second floor landing over there.
Got it.
I need to get to the other side, but I can't walk right in front of them.
I got you. Get ready.
Ready. When you see the opening, show them no mercy. Ridley scooped up a chunk of rubble and peered through a damaged section of the wall at the approaching scouts. Hurling it through the wall and into the room next to us, it crumbled and shattered, drawing the attention of all 4 Cabal units.
Go!
While they were distracted, I darted out of the doorway, across the alley and behind another broken wall on the other side. The legionary turned his focus back to the alley ahead of him, while the rest remained curious. This was my shot. I didn't have my light, or any ammo at all, but then I realized I did have my knife. The doorway went dark as the legionary passed by it, and I leaped, jamming my knife into its neck as air escaped the seal around its throat. As it fell, I leaped back into the door, fully aware they had seen me, but not Ridley. The hound made its way to us first, but Rid was waiting for it with the last of Fisk's ammunition, aimed through the broken wall. 5 rounds to take it down. Enraged, the Scion and the Phalanx howled, both with their sights set on us. The smaller one clambered over in a flash, putting a blast where Ridley had been stationed in the wall. I saw him fall back as dust and cement erupted in front of him. Once again, I leaped out from my hiding spot, but the thing was fast. It tossed me back and went for Ridley again, tearing at his face and his wounded arm. I took another leap at the Scion, and this time I caught it, wrapping my arms around its neck, pulling it down into the dirt. As we fell, I stabbed it. That's when I saw the Phalanx lumbering towards me. It lifted its shield, ready to slam down on us like an unsharpened guillotine. But Fisk dropped down from the second floor of the building, landing boot first onto the Phalanx's head. As it collapsed to its knees, Fisk brought down the hard metal plating of his gauntlet directly under the back of its skull, making a solid dent. But with this final burst of energy, the Phalanx used its free arm to reach around, hoisted Fisk off of it, and slammed him down. The crunch was sickening. The Phalanx grunted, let out a final huff, and then finally collapsed, dead.
Galloway.
Rid, you're gonna be fine. We did it. You're good, man. We'll get you out.
That Cabal dog thing was seriously disgusting.
Fisk stirred and pushed himself up a few inches out of the dirt. Blood dripping down his muddy face, he crawled over. His chest piece was shattered inward.
Hey, Rid. Good thing I still had some ammo, huh?
Grenade would have done the job just fine, huh?
I will never understand sun singers.
I got in an argument with Cade once. He claimed hunter knives were the perfect tool and a counter to everything. I told him he was crazy for being that confident. I think we were both right.
I'll drink to that.
Regardless of how long I have left, I will never forget that fight. Took us another couple of hours to make our way here, then we noticed the sweeper bot and found you inside.
Hey, you made it. You survived.
Well, not all of us.
Yeah, I only saw the 2 of you.
Well, Guardians do better in 3s, and we could sure use some help making it the rest of the way to the Vanguard.
Okay, count me in.
Perfect. Welcome to JV. If you're all set, we should probably head out. Hey, you ready?
Forget recognition. Defy extinction.
JV was written by Bones, edited and produced by Birds, starring Bones as Galloway, Mrs. Birds as Park, Birds as Fisk, and Mega Magwitch as Ridley, with additional voices provided by Dan and Otter. Music by Kevin MacLeod. Special thanks to Swain Stash and engineer Andrew. JV is a Crucible Radio production. Learn more at crucibleradio.com.